If he has any ability to be able to stand on his own 2 feet, I would leave this situation so fast. And again, we are a kind, hold on, my fan. We are a kind and caring, compassionate channel until you try to screw over your spouse and lie about the $70,000 debt you have. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to go ahead and listen to a Dave Ramsey video that just ran about 4 days ago. It's called My Wife Hid Money from Her First Marriage from Me. Thanks so much for being here. Let's hit it.
Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Well, I just found out that my wife has $70,000 in debt from her previous marriage.
Oh, family. Oh, the tea is hot tonight. Oh, the tea is hot. You know what? I say that's what it is. We're going to do it. We are going to pour it. I already know that this is the crux of the video. Family, we're going to do it. Let us pour that tea. Oh, the tea is hot and delicious. No, I'm not thrilled over someone else's misery. I'm just happy it's not my misery. Just saying. Look, my wife hid money from her first marriage from me. How many of you, honestly, okay, how many of you were hoping it was like, oh, she hid that she had $70,000 in savings from an inheritance. She just didn't want me to get my hands on it. Now that, okay, there we go. I still don't think that's right, because I think when you're married, it really needs to be an open, as one of my gal pals says, she says, you need to be an open book to each other. And you do. Okay. I could not have that on my conscience, not unless it was something I was surprising you with, for our anniversary or something. Okay. Oh, delicious. All right. Moving on.
And I don't know what to do, sir.
DIVORCE. DIVO. I don't know the letters of the Mickey. What is it? The YMCA song? I don't know the letters for divorce. That's what I'd be doing.
She wants to file bankrupt, and I'm freaking out.
She wants to file bankrupt.
Okay. How long have you been married?
3 months.
The tea continues. Did he, guys, Jamie, Benny, Jeremy, if anyone's online, did he say a month? Hold on. Nosy ears want to know.
She wants to file bankrupt, and I'm freaking out.
Okay. How long have you been married?
3 months.
I think he said 3 months a month. Okay, either way, sometimes you guys might be able to actually hear a little clearer than I can. If you hear it clearer than I can, because sometimes I can hear myself a little bit of feedback sometimes on my headset. I can't tell if he said a month or 3 months, but I know one thing he did not say. He did not say 10 years. Oh, family. Could you imagine marrying someone? Yeah, not even been married a season. Look, at school, it takes 9 weeks. Okay, it takes about 2.5 months, respectively, to get through a quarter. He ain't even gotten through first quarter yet. 3 months. Okay, thank you, Jamie. All right, because like I said, sometimes it's a little fuzzier in my ear because I hear feedback from the recording. Okay, yeah, 12 weeks. What can you do in 12 weeks? Oh, Lord. And doesn't he sound older? I'd have the marriage and old. I'd be like, and it's not because you have the $70,000 worth of debt. Now, family, we are a kind and compassionate channel. I can say that we are a kind and compassionate channel. Unless you do something to screw over someone that you've married and not told them about your debt, then that kindness and compassion kind of goes out the door.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's George responding, whoa, to you've been married 3 months, not because his Uber order delivery was wrong.
So you guys didn't talk about money before you got married?
Yes.
Yes, we did, or yes, we did not. When my mother would get upset, be like, when you say yes, are you saying yes, you did, or yes, you did not? Because you could interpret it either way. And with my late mother, you better be very careful in what you were answering.
You're saying she hid this from you?
She did, sir.
All right. Well, I think we already know. Hold on here, family. Hold on. I think we already know what music is important to play. Yeah, that running music gets to me every time. I thought about changing it once. I'm like, no, I actually kind of like that running music. So that's our theme. Get the hell out. 3 months. He says they did talk about it. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. Jamie says, yep, 3 months. Jeremy heard 3 months too. All right, Benny heard 3 months. Apparently, good. This is why I need my chat, folks. Okay, let's see. Benny writes, they didn't have a conversation of substance before marriage. Yeah, it was probably something like this. So, do you have any debt? No. Do you have any debt? Nope. And let's face it, folks, how many Ramsey calls have we heard where people did not know that a car payment is considered consumer debt? Student loans are considered consumer debt. There are people who genuinely do not know the definition of consumer debt, and that's fine. It's like, whatever, okay? But when you're going to take on consumer debt, you may want to know exactly what it is. She hid it because she thought he would never find it. Now, what I want to know is, how did he find out about it? People, you cannot hide debt from your spouse and think they're not going to find out. When you go to apply for a car, a mortgage, a refinance, restructure of whatever financial, it is going to come out. Jamie writes, 3 months is approximately 90 days, which may be enough time for the return policy of all those wedding gifts. Oh, Jamie, that is so smart. You know what? Here's the thing. No, that was Jeremy. Oh, I apologize, Jeremy. That was Jeremy who wrote that. Now, here's the thing. I know that at Marshall's, I think if you have a receipt, is it 14 days you have at Marshall's? I can't remember. Or is it 90 days? A lot of stores, you have like 90 days, 60 to 90 days. So if it's good enough to return a dress or a pair of pants or a belt that don't work in 90 days, I don't see why he can't have this marriage annulled. Right? Jamie writes, I think a judge would separate their debt before marriage. Oh, absolutely. But here's the problem. Excuse me, I had to cough. Here's the problem. If they stay married, that debt carries on into the marriage, even though it's not his responsibility. See, it's kind of like this. You can't marry someone who has kids, especially kids to raise, okay? Maybe not so much older kids, but you can't marry someone who has kids to raise. And, it is true. You marry the man or the woman. We'll just take in my case. Okay. You marry the man. He's got kids. The kids come with it. I can't sit and go, well, I'm marrying you and the kids were before we got married, so I'm not going to take on any of their debt. It don't work like that. So if he's dumb enough to stay with her, and I sure as heck would not stay. If he's dumb enough to stay with her, guess what? Even though that debt was incurred before marriage, it's going to affect their current marriage. And here's the other thing. A woman who would hide 70 grand, people, 70. Okay? A woman or anyone, but we're going to take it from the angle of this call. A woman who would hide $70,000, she is not in love with you. Absolutely not. She's in love with what you have to offer her. And I'm willing to bet, I hope this guy is not poor. Okay. I hope he didn't marry her. Oh, you guys, I hope he didn't marry her because he thinks she's got money. Do you remember that Ramsey video? Okay. This was ages because we started doing Ramsey September 2023. It was one of the first videos I did. I don't even know if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll try to link it at the end after I re-upload this live stream for those who don't, wish to watch live streams. That guy married the woman thinking she had money, and she married him thinking he had money. I generally don't believe I can be able to find that was. I've done like almost 600 videos now. It's like around 550. If any of you, have watched all the videos and could find it, let us know. But literally, they each married the other person. I'm not lying here. They each married the other thinking they were wealthy. And neither one was wealthy. They were both broke. If he has any ability to be able to stand on his own 2 feet, I would leave this situation so fast. And again, we are a kind, hold on, my fan. We are a kind and caring, compassionate channel until you try to screw over your spouse and lie about the $70,000 debt you have. Now then, if it is possible for him to divorce because he hopefully has his own money, then she need to be put out. That's how I feel about it. Jamie writes, he would need to file now and not later. Yes, because if he files later, yeah, a judge, I don't know much about this. Maybe you guys in the chat do, okay? Because the debt was incurred. Excuse me, more coughing. I told you. I'm a little hoarse, talking all day at middle school, okay? My vocal cords will normalize again about another week. Now, I don't know enough about courts to know if somebody does stick around. Let's say he does stick around and marry her for another year or two, because this marriage ain't gonna last. You can't start a marriage with one person hiding $70,000 in debt and go, oh yeah, until death do us apart, right? I don't know if a judge could ever say that he's held responsible for it. But what I do know is it's going to affect them. And he sounds older, so I don't know if they're retired, getting ready to retire. I would be gone, not because of the debt, not because of the debt itself. It's you weren't upfront with it, so we don't really know how to tackle the debt.
San Francisco has an empty office problem.
And did I just told everybody just told? Everybody just told. Let me see if I can find where we were at. Everybody just hold. We weren't that far in. All right. Well, we'll just assume we are not that far into the video.
Yeah, she does have the car right now.
Okay. Wait, back it up.
What is the nature? What kind of debt is it?
Okay, so I have all the information here. She was in an abusive relationship, and her ex-husband took everything from her. And they together had a car repo that equals $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
She had a car loan that she got screwed that equals $12,000.
Hey, I'm going to say this before Dave Ramsey said. She got screwed. How many people say, and I got screwed at the dealership? No, you allowed yourself to get screwed. Just saying. You gave them an open checkbook, a mindless brain, and said, me want that car. And then we walk out and go, oh my God, they screwed me. No, they didn't screw you over. You allowed yourself to be screwed over.
A what?
A car loan.
A car loan is $50,000. I got that. What was the second thing?
It's a car loan that she needed to get a new car for her.
Oh, another car loan.
Her ex, another car loan. That's right, sir. And she got $60,000 in collection and $2,000 in credit cards.
It's in collections, family. It's in collections. Jamie, they needed to have divorced yesterday. This would kill all the love. Again, it's not because you have the debt. You didn't trust me enough to tell me, hey, you know what? I have $70,000 of debt and the whole dang thing is in cars. Okay. And now, if you had been honest with me, you had told me, I ain't going to love you less. All right. With 70,000, depending upon incomes, we can work with it. But damn, you hide it from me. It's like you didn't trust me enough. That's where the problem lies. This is not a car problem, family. We know what Dave would say. It's not a car problem. It's a relationship problem. If she's like this with her new husband, can you see why she might be divorced from her first husband? And this is the type of woman that be crying on TikTok or crying on YouTube, wherever, going, oh man, I got screwed out of a car loan. My first husband was so mean, yada, yada, yada. If you can treat your second husband like this, that tells me you learned squat from your first marriage. And it leads me to believe that you're not quite the innocent spouse that, this is the husband writing in. But you can bet that the wife probably told this second husband, oh, how she's been screwed over, yada, yada. No, she just screwed her second husband over.
All right. I'm sorry. I thought you said it was 70,000.
70,000. That's right.
Okay. 50,000 on a car repo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
In collections, this is the caller is Gabriel in Atlanta, Georgia.
what's the other 20,000?
12,000 in a car loan.
Okay. Do you have the car?
Yeah, she does have the car right now.
They need to be on bicycles.
Okay. She's driving a car around and you're engaged to her and you didn't know it had a car loan on it.
No, they're married now. They're married now. So at the time he was engaged, she didn't know there was, and yeah, who said it earlier? I can't, okay, sometimes it's hard for me to follow the chat, you guys, I'm sorry. But whoever's in the chat earlier said, I know there's only 3 of you in the chat, but my eyes and my concentration wane sometimes. One of you in the chat said something about they didn't have a very deep discussion. This appears to be the case. They did not have a deep discussion on their finances.
I do know that she had this 12,000 car loan.
Oh, okay. So you did know part of this. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other 8,000 is what?
It's 6,000 in collections.
On
and
what?
2,000 in credit cards.
Collections on what?
Medical bills.
Okay. Medical. Good. All right. And
there isn't a debt this woman doesn't like, minus the medical bills. I don't count medical bills. You know how I feel about that. All right. Medical bills. It is what it is.
And then what was the other? What's the fourth one?
Dog.
What?
Medical bills and a dog.
A dog.
A dog. Jeremy writes, from the sound of it, the woman was probably looking for someone to marry to help share in the debt, or even worse, offload it on him. She did not marry for love. We definitely know this. And I think, Jeremy, Jeremy, I think that is one of the finest points you have made. Absolutely right.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the 6,000. Okay. Is there anything I've got?
Is there anything else? What more do you want? She hid 70,000 in debt.
3 things: car loan, car repo, 6,000 in medical bills. You got anything else?
2,000 in credit cards.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, don't forget the $2,000 in credit card, family.
All right.
And remember, she wants to file bankruptcy. I wouldn't give a darn if she filed bankruptcy or not. I'm no longer married to you. File bankruptcy, don't file, I don't care. And I'm going to take Jamie's advice, and I'm going straight to the courthouse, because I don't want any of that on my, on my marital record. Even with my double bankruptcies, I am so grateful that didn't affect anybody but me. I really am. I hope he doesn't stay with her.
What of this did you not know?
Well, pretty much everything besides the $12,000 car.
Okay.
Jeremy, I think you're right. She was looking for a wallet. She was looking for someone to offer the debt.
That she's still having right now.
Where's the dog?
The dog died.
I don't like to be cruel, because, well, I've had a puppy too. The dog died. There's something called symbolism. Try hard to do this with a straight face. Okay. One of the things I teach my middle schools, and do this with a straight face. This is the kind, compassionate channel. Symbolism. All right. If we want to look at symbolism, we could use the dog as something of a symbol that expresses the nature of this relationship and where it's going. Now, I would teach my students the dog died. All right. Sad tears, we cry. What does that symbolize in terms of their relationship with each other, where it's currently at. What is that symbolic of as to where the relationship is going to go, where their finances are going to go, right? Remember, the dog died. Jeez.
Funny.
Oh, I feel so much better. Even Dave couldn't keep a straight face. Oh, yes, delicious. Jeremy writes, just joking, but she has a variety of debts like flavors of ice cream, 1 scoop of medical, 1 scoop of credit cards, 1 scoop of mint chocolate, or car loans. Jeremy, you are comment of the night. Comment of the night. Yeah, like I said, what is it? Dave would say there isn't a debt she's met that she doesn't like. Oh, jeez.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah.
My dog died. I got medical. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, it is what it is. Jamie writes, I'm glad Dave asked the questions. What you know of what did you know? Yeah, it's that about the dog. However, there are bigger issues. Yes. What is it? Symbolic of the dog dying. Yes. Oh, you guys, this is too much. I try to pick the best call for live streams. Okay. I only judge these based on titles. All right. I did a great job tonight. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, sir. It's a lot of stuff going on.
So,
including burying the dog. May the dog be at Rainbow Bridge. And don't worry, if you're a dog lover, you know what Rainbow Bridge is. That's where all the doggies that pass away meet. May this doggie be at Rainbow Bridge. Yes.
Yeah.
what do you do Gabriel? What do you do for a living, and what do you make?
I'm a banker, and I make.
People, you can't make this blankety blank up. You cannot make this up.
$23 an hour.
Okay.
$23 an hour. What does she make?
All right. And what does she do, and what does she make?
She's a receptionist, and she make the same as me, $23 an hour.
Okay, and you're both working.
Take home pay at $5,000 a month.
Yeah. Okay. So you're making about $80,000 between the two of you, and
he can divorce. They're making $80,000 between them. He can leave her. Oh, Jesus. And I'm sure he's a banker, and they don't make a whole lot of money depending upon, what area of banking they're in. But you can bet that he married her, and I'm not saying he doesn't love her. Okay, this is Gabriel and Lana. I am positive, and I can never be sure, but we're going to assume Gabriel and Lana loves her. And of course, one of those things with marriage is, how can you, the debt conversation, right? And he's thinking, I can marry a woman with just $12,000 in a car debt. Of course, that's certainly doable. They'll have to, buckle down for maybe just a few months, but, maybe even a year, but they can do it. This crap of, hey, and by the way, I got another $60,000. Oh, no, excuse me, hidden $70,000. Yeah, we have a big problem. Let's see here. Jeremy writes, I'm glad Dave isn't afraid to ask the uncomfortable questions. I'm really glad that Dave is the one on this call. Okay. George looks like he's waiting for his order at Quiznos. That's running a little late on Uber.
getting home with about 60. Okay.
Yes, sir. So I really don't know what to do.
How old are you two?
I'm 23 and she's 25.
That's it? The dude sounded like he was in his 50s. Oh, what a bad relationship will do to your vocal cords. I don't know. I mean, any of you thought that I was thinking, I'm thinking he's 40. They're not even out of their mid-20s. And he found this woman with this much debt who's already been divorced.
Okay. How long was she married before?
For 8 years.
Okay.
Whoa. Halt. I got to hear this again. Jamie, if you're around, Jamie's bet numbers, we're going to play. Just everybody hold. I want to hear their ages again.
A month.
Yeah, okay. So you're making about 80 grand between the two of you, and you're getting home with about 60. Okay.
Yes, sir. So I really don't know what to do.
How old are you two?
I'm 23 and she's 25.
I got to write this down. Because again, I don't know when people come and go in the chat. Okay. Everybody just pause. He's 23. She's 25. Okay, let's continue on. And they have this marriage problem already. Holy Jesus.
Okay. How long was she married before?
For 8 years.
What? My math sucks. 20. I told you my math sucks. 25 minus 8. Well, you take 5, that's 20, and then another. That put her like stinking 7 to 8, 9, 21, 2, 3, 20. What? 17? She's 25. She's been married 8 years. She's 17. She got married at 17, 18 years old. Oh, Benny, 8 years. Okay, okay, look, people, again, all right, because, when you do YouTube streaming, all right, on these boards, I don't, that means, no, I thought he said 8 years. Family, if she's been married 8 years, I'm positive he said, okay, I have never played something 3 times. We're going to play it 3 times. It is what it is, folks. I thought he said 8. Hold on.
Same as me, $23 an hour.
Okay, and you're
So
both
our
working.
Take-home pay is $5,000 a month.
Yeah. Okay. So you're making about 80 grand between the two of you, and you're getting home with about 60. Okay.
Yes, sir. So I really don't know what to do.
How old are you two?
I'm 23 and she's 25.
Okay. How long was she married before?
For 8 years.
It's 8. Stop the traffic. That 550 videos. I've never played anything 3 times over. Folks, this woman's been married since she was 17, 18. Oh, Benny says run. I don't think we can run fast enough. It is 8 years. Like I said, 550 videos, and I've never played a clip 3 times. Again, must I remind you, let's all say with a straight face, we are a kind and compassionate channel. Oh, Jesus. So in 8 years, this woman has managed to get married twice, screw up the first marriage with finances. I'm not saying she's alone in having screwed it up, but apparently what could possibly go wrong with a 17 and 18-year-old getting married and screwing up their finances? Of course, look what I did. And I did that in my 30s. But let's put my issues aside. Just look at this, okay? Because that is the focus, right? 17, 18. And then she marries the second guy. And in 3 months, lies to him. And here's the other thing. Depending upon the month they got married, Jeremy, you are right. I'm not going to do the math because I'm not good enough. But how many months was she divorced before she got married to this guy? Come on, family. She is a wild one. She is a wild one. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Carrie, get your Nikes on. Yeah, we all going on a run after this live stream. Everybody go find a trail. I don't care. Just go find a trail. We all go and running afterwards. You're right, Jeremy. Family, I am in shock. I am just in shock.
Okay.
And notice how casual Dave is taking this. Dave is like chewing on his pen. Oh, all right. I don't know if it's hit Dave just how young she was when she got married. Oh.
Okay, there's 2 things here. First off, let's just go ahead and tell you, she's not bankrupt. Not even close.
I don't know. Now I know Dave lives on a financial plane and rightfully earned, okay, with his 200 million or whatever, approximate, okay. 70,000, yeah, technically, they are not bankrupt. She, on her own income, however, is most likely bankrupt. And a woman like this isn't going to want to work 2, 3 jobs to get out of it. She's going to want the easy way out. Jeremy, you're right. She definitely married this guy for finances. Absolutely, she did. I have no doubt at this point. Benny says she might have been double dipping. Oh, she might have been getting money from her ex-husband and money from the new guy. I think that's what you mean. Jamie writes, 17 or 18 years old. Yes, running young man. That's what I would tell my 3 boys. Yeah, boys, men, all right, young men, all right. This is the type of woman you want. And what scares me is he seems to be making excuses for her. And how do we know this? Because remember what he said about the vehicle. She got screwed over in it. He's 23. So 8, 9, 21, 2. This kid is barely 5 years out of high school and is hooked up with a chick like this. Please, whatever he does, don't get pregnant. Just don't do it. Don't get pregnant with a woman like this.
Okay. So bankruptcy is ridiculous. We're not even going to talk about that. There's 2 things to be addressed here.
The lying is one of them.
If I'm in your shoes. In our world, we call this financial infidelity, where a wife or a husband hides and lies about money to their spouse.
Why can't it ever be financial infidelity in the good way? Like, hey, I hid $60,000 of money from you because I love you so much that I wanted to save it for our anniversary. It never works in that. It never works in that direction.
Okay. It's a breach of trust. And some people in marriage counseling say that this breach of trust is almost as bad, and even some say worse, I don't know how, but than sexual infidelity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a breach.
I could go places with that, but this is a family channel, so I won't.
Breach of trust. When you betray or you lie to your spouse about $50,000, it touches the same nerves that infidelity touches. Do you follow me? Because it's a breach of trust. Because then you start to wonder, what else can I not trust? What else is going on?
And you're only 23 years old. You're 5 years out of high school. And I think that's even within Nordstrom's return policy. You know, you can bring things back to Nordstrom.
Right?
Yeah, I really don't know what to do, sir. I try everything that I can. Started doing DoorDash and driving Uber, but...
You see, family, that's what I was telling you. He's going to have to pay the sins for her lying and the first husband, okay? Because that 50 grand, 60 grand, that's from her first marriage between her and her first spouse. He's going to have to pay for that. And again, if it had been up front and he knew he was going to have to do DoorDash, yada, yada, that'd be a total different thing, a total different situation. I ain't DoorDashing for nobody. Crimson, my car. Okay. Crimson and I, we ain't DoorDashing for nobody. We just not doing it. Okay. No, I am not DoorDashing, especially at this age. If I do DoorDash for you, it's because I am absolutely in love with you. We have talked about the debt, yada, yada, but now at this age, I'm not DoorDashing.
It's not enough to pay us $50,000.
You just let me deal with the tactical first in a minute. The first thing, are you guys in a good church?
Oh, the Church of Divorce. That's where they need to go.
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay.
Well, you ain't in a very good church if she can scheme and lie like that now. So I don't know what God she'd be praying to, but it ain't working. This is not working. The church is not working.
Call the church and set up marriage counseling today.
Can you trust her to do that, though?
Mm-hmm.
Because the two of you have to deal with this breach of trust.
This is what sorry about all the pauses. Folks, this is what I just wish Dave, as much respect and, I've got yada, yada. This is when I wish Dave would just sometimes say, look, you're 23. There are women out there that can rock your world and be right on your team. You need to operate as a team, okay? She ain't it. And already married 8 years. She has issues that she deeply needs to resolve before she even thinks about getting into another relationship. I don't see how Dave can't see that. And no church is going to solve that.
This is a major issue in your marriage. Okay. When you find out 3 months after you got married that your wife has lied to you about major stuff, that's a problem in your marriage. Okay.
Benny writes, she needs to man up. Yes, I would tell my daughter if she had done this. Yeah. So if Jamie, daughter decided to do something like this, Jamie would tell her daughter, you know what? Step up to the plate. And Benny writes, church ain't paying that debt. Sorry, not sorry. You're right. Church ain't paying that debt. This is not a church problem. It's a character flaw in her.
Okay. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big old problem. I'm more worried about that than I am the 70 grand, dude.
I'm more worried about the 70 grand. I'm sorry. That's what I'm worried about. And I'm worried that you're going to file bankrupt and it's going to hit my record. And we've only been married 12 weeks. I mean, for God's sakes, people, I think Target takes stuff back for a year.
You're a banker and you're a nerd, so you're more worried about 70 grand. So I'm trying to explain to you, 70 grand ain't nothing. We can take care of that.
You can't take care of it with someone who's going to lie like that, though, because someone who's going to lie about past debt is not going to reveal to you current debt. This is the type of woman that's going to have this poor guy, Gabriel and Land, the caller. She's going to have Gabriel working his bicycle rounds off, okay, trying to do all these deliveries. And this is the type of character. This is the type of woman that will run up additional debt. And as soon as he's done doing that and scraping all that money after 5 years of hard labor and indentured servitude, she's going to go, oh, and by the way, I've run up our current credit card. This is also the type of woman that will leave a man at a drop of a hat for something that she sees as better. Okay. This is the type of woman that has no loyalty to anything. She's not about character. Okay. She's not about responsibility. She's about what benefits her. And I am 100% convinced, Jeremy, you are absolutely right. She did not marry based on love and all of that. She married based on financial opportunity. And the fact that he's the banker, he could have a very, if he plays his cards right and doesn't get stuck with a woman like this, he could have a very lucrative career if he chooses to. But guys, this stuff starts young. This stuff starts at you looking at who are you involved with, what do you match in personality and money and goals. It obviously it goes beyond just simply finances is just one part, but it's clearly a very large part, but it is something to think about. Benny writes, they seem to have been rushed into this marriage. Why? He's 23, naive, and she probably is cute and made him feel like he the man. And let's face it, okay? She's become a master manipulator. I don't like her. Jeremy writes, with him being a banker, hold on, let me get straight in my glasses. With him being a banker, he is probably worried about his financial stability and good standing and how this marriage affects this. I think you're thinking deeper than what he is at this point, Jeremy, simply because of his age. He should be thinking all this, but I don't think he's thinking that deeply yet. I think he's just at the thought of how do I pay this off? Because he's already out door dashing. But hopefully in time, sooner than later, he will think more deeply like that. I hope that makes sense.
Lying and the deception has got to end. There's got to be repentance on that. I don't know whether it was shame that kept her from telling you, or because she knew you were going to freak out, or I don't know what it was, why she didn't tell you, but that's a big deal.
Jamie says, oh yeah, I'm probably right. Yeah. Jeremy says that. Yeah. You're thinking way deeper than he is at this point. Why can't Dave just simply say, this marriage is done. You're 23 years old. Go find somebody else.
Yeah, I understand. And she don't want to get in touch with her ex-husband. She was very, very abused by this guy.
I don't need to get in touch with him.
She don't want to get in touch with her ex-husband. Okay, now you guys know I teach English, okay? This gives me an idea of their perhaps education level and perhaps why they got married. There's a lot of naivety here. And if he is not careful, he's going to wind up becoming a 30-year-old with 2 kids and a 6-figure debt. Mark my words. I actually fear for him. I'm not saying that if you speak a sentence wrong, okay, that means you're uneducated. That does not take it that far. But what I am saying is if I line up his decisions that he's made at the tender age of 23, and we line up those decisions, we combine it with the way he comes across. I mean, like I said, I thought the way he spoke, he sounded much older. All right. There's a lack of confidence. There's a lack of ability to really think critically. And just the speech on top of it. It's a whole package, okay? It's not one thing. You've heard me speak colloquial on here, okay? I like to do that from time to time.
Why would we need to get in touch with him?
Getting in touch with the ex-husband.
To, I don't know, deal this car repo.
That's not his problem. That's not Gabriel's problem. Gabriel is the caller.
So you're all the way back over on fixing it again without dealing with the marriage problem. Dude, I'm telling you, 80% of this problem is her lying about this. 20% is cleaning up the mess. I can clean
it up 100%. Go to the court, file divorce.
Up the mess here in no time. But I got to get you to understand. Are you going to call the church and get you some counseling today?
He'll say yes, but his lips are going to say yes, but his mind's going no.
Yes, I will, sir.
Okay, both of you go. Because you've got to explain to her what this did, because you can't go here again.
He will. He's going to wind up knocking out a couple of kids with her. And if she thinks he's going to leave, mark my words, a woman like this, oops, I'm sorry, I forgot to take my medication.
This is deal-ending stuff. It's an integrity breach. And so now, here's what we're going to do. All right, it's pretty simple. The medical bills are in default. They're in collections, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are the credit cards in collections?
As well.
Good.
As well, yeah. Jeez.
Same.
Okay, and they're cut up. Is the car loan that she's driving current?
Let me just ask you something, sir. She got screwed up by these guys.
She did not get screwed up by anyone. She did not get screwed up by anyone. She screwed herself up, and now she's screwing up the second marriage. Like I guarantee you, she screwed up the first one. But this is the type of woman, men, this is the type of woman that I guarantee you, okay, they'll make all these bad decisions. And then they'll say, he's the guilty one. I wouldn't have done it if he hadn't told me to do it. Because this is the type of woman that will not take any responsibility. And if she does claim any responsibility, it's going to be the most minimal amount, and it's going to be the one that puts her in the best light. Don't marry this type of woman.
Sir, her car, it's worth it $3,000.
Is the car loan current?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, the car loan's $12,000, so they're mucho upside down. Jamie writes, down the road, if he tried to advance in banking, a recent bankruptcy on your credit score will hurt the banking career. Jamie, excellent point. Yes. If he should ever try to get a federal job with banking, you got to keep a clean record with a lot of federal jobs. Oh, you are absolutely right.
Pay it off or work your way out of it, depending on what you're going to do there. All the rest of these, Gabriel, can be negotiated with for probably 10 to 15 cents on the dollar.
That's why he's saying don't file bankrupt. Jeremy writes, oh my goodness, he's making excuses for her despite all the lying. Yes. Yeah, you are absolutely right. He's making excuses for his naivety is showing. This scares me as a 57-year-old woman. When I see someone at 23, I can tell you the stove is hot. Okay. But if you're going to insist on touching it.
So you've got $64,000 that can probably be settled for $6,000 or $8,000. But you're going to start calling them and offering them 10 cents on the dollar to settle. And every one of them will take it. Family.
We're done. My time is up, and so is yours.